Jack Catterall is a master at what he does.
Well, the interesting thing, the Prograis said, isn't it? He goes, that's the best guy I've been in with.
Jack Catterall's last 3 fights, he has impressed me.
That's how good both of these guys are.
Prograis, I think he basically announced his retirement after the fight, didn't he?
I think he was, the thing in the first few rounds, I think he was missing.
Catterall?
I think it was Catterall, yeah.
He should be a world champion anyway.
See, Tio, I think he beats. Parro, I'm not so sure. Catterall beats Tio.
Lopez hater.
Welcome back to BoxCast. In this episode, we're going to look at the aftermath of the Jack Catterall and Regis Prograis fight that happened in Manchester yesterday. Yes, Simon, what did you think? It was better than what we thought?
Well, the first 4 rounds weren't.
No. It needed the knockdown to get it going, isn't it?
And it's a good job the knockdown happened because I had Jack Catterall losing the first 4 rounds.
Oh, okay. I didn't, but yeah. I had it fairly even. I had it 1 round each. Well, I've got my scorecard. I think I had it basically drawing up to that point.
No, I think we just... The first few rounds, they were always going to be cagey. A lot on the line. 2 southpaws.
Yeah. Well, we thought it was going to be boring points fight, isn't it? It was points, but it wasn't boring. I think up to the round 4, yes, it was.
I did write down that Prograis knocks him down, then it comes a light.
Yeah, I think that's when it started.
So
round
my
5.
prediction was superb.
Yeah,
for a change.
Too good. What did we both have? We both had.
Both had Catterall on points. I think he could have stopped him. If he'd have pushed it a little bit more, Catterall.
Yeah.
But Prograis a warrior.
Yeah.
He really is a
Well,
warrior.
I think he would have been taking the risk, and Catterall's doesn't like really taking the risk. He did enough, and he realised I'm ahead enough
I
here.
think Catterall... I don't think...
Quite...
I think if you asked Catterall, he'd say that Prograis the biggest puncher he's been in with.
Yeah. Well, I was just going to have a look at his fights here. I think, Linares, but he's a smaller guy. Taylor isn't as big as that puncher.
Prograis definitely the biggest puncher he's been in with. But no, it was an interesting fight. It was...
I think you've got to give credit to Prograis for making it into a fight, because he was the one, pushing to get it into, ignited.
But then I'll give credit to the Jamie Moore in the corner, Jack Catterall, saying, right, you've fallen behind here, step on it, which he did. I mean, Catterall was setting traps, but Prograis he's a world-class operator, but he wasn't going to fall for them. He did near the
Well, I don't think he did until he got the knockdowns. He got caught, and then after in the later rounds, I think Catterall got a bit clearer, because the punch output. I mean, the attempted punches is quite good, but the amount landed, it's like Catterall's total punches is 20%, Prograis is 19.1, which at normally at world level you'd at about 40%, 30-something% of really.
Not against Jack Catterall.
Yeah, but I don't think that's a reflection on them. I think that's how good both of these guys are.
Yeah, like you say, Jack Catterall's different, and we've always said that. What I like.
But what I like about it is that he picked it up. Once he got that instruction, then he did go.
He went through the gears, and he did that against Josh Taylor as well. He's starting to, the better the opposition, the better he performs.
Yeah.
And I think he's got good power. I just don't think he doesn't. It just reminds me of Klitschko. He's caution first. And he's not in the same power class. He hasn't got.
I think he's got a fair amount of power,
but he's very, very cautious.
Because Prograis is a tough guy, and he knocked him down. And well, the interesting thing the Prograis said, isn't it? He goes, "That's the best guy I've been in with."
Yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah, because your man Haney's in one of his. I think I'd agree with the rest of his.
But Prograis
Josh Taylor has
been in with a lot.
Yeah.
you know.
Well, he's beaten most. He's had a loss to Josh Taylor, which was on points majority decision. Obviously, unanimous decision in his last fight against Haney. But I think he said himself they weren't at his greatest, and that was sort of one way. And then this one, which is a bit closer, more like, I think Prograis was more like himself, and it was a better fight. But yeah. So I think that's quite a big endorsement from the guy.
Jack Catterall's last 3 fights, he has impressed me each time, and he seems to be getting better and better, and the opposition's been better and better. Prograis, I think he basically announced his retirement after the fight, didn't he? He just said he can't do the 12 rounds.
It's a bit of a shame his ankle got, don't know, his knee or ankle, whatever, in it. I think he'd lost that, and it was basically over then. And I think Catterall, to be fair, gave him a bit of sympathy. I don't think he put it. I think he could have had him out of there, but sort of stopped him for I've won anyway. Just did enough in the last few rounds because he sort of slowed down again. Whereas in that, like, after a knockout 6, 7, 8, 9, he's gone, the punch output's gone up a bit. And then there's a fair amount of punches, but he's got in the championship round, but he's slowed it down a little bit again. So I think they're giving it. So who next is really the question, isn't it?
I think it's going to be the winner of Liam Parra, Richardson, Hitchinson.
That's what they seem to be going. Because there's Tiafimo. How do you think he fares?
Tiafimo won't fight him.
No, I didn't say it was going to happen. I said, but he's like the ring number 1, and he's a WBO champion. So he's looking to go up in weight again, isn't he? But like, if they did get it on, what do you think? Do you think Tiafimo has more power than Prograis?
It's hard to say.
I'd say they're similar.
I wouldn't bet against. Do you know what?
I think he's got used to.
I wouldn't bet against Jack Catterall stopping Tiafimo,
Yeah, I think Catterall's a better boxer than Tiafimo.
I think...
I know we're not going to apologise for your TO fans.
Tiafimo's he's a good fighter. He's a come-forward fighter. I think he falls for Catterall's traps, though.
Yeah, I don't think he's as savvy. I mean, I think he's got quick hands. Well, though Prograis had quick hands as well, so it's there. But I think, Catterall can get him out of there. I think if he puts on like that, I think he can get him out. I think he's a better boxer than that. I think that was the difference between Prograis. He's a better boxer.
Yeah.
Parra,
do you know what?
Parra is a good boxer.
You can't...
assuming Parra beats Hitchens, although that's not a given. That's
Jack Catterall, he isn't the most exciting boxer in the world.
No.
So this is where people are going to say, "Oh,
you need the opponent to make it exciting."
They'd like to Tiafimo and people like that. They'd knock him out. No, Jack Catterall is a master at what he does. Mm-hmm. He really, really, really is. He makes people look boring.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't really leave openings, he'll catch you with a counter. His counter punching is superb, and he gains respect from fighters.
Well, I think that's what happened in the fight. At the first bit, Prograis wasn't really respecting the power, and then I think once he's got past the 5th, when he's gone through the gears a bit, I think Prograis respected. Wait a minute, this guy can hit, and he's very, very. I think he was the thing in the first few rounds. I think he was missing, like he looked a bit ring rusty.
Catterall.
But they've said the Catterall, because he missed with his left hand a lot of times, and I was thinking he doesn't normally miss that much. And they said at the end, didn't it? His trainer said he hasn't been able to spar because his injury was in his rib, so they didn't want to take the risk. So he goes, it took him a few rounds to get back his shot. Well, it might be an excuse, but it looked like it because once he got knocked down and then got the instructions, it was like he started hitting with that left hand, isn't it? Which is obviously the power hand for the southpaw.
I mean, the super
that's what he caught him with knocked
the
him down.
Super lightweight divisions, it's hot.
While we're on knockdowns, what did you think of the first knockdown?
Yeah.
Technically it's a knockdown, but he wasn't really buzzed or anything. It
wasn't buzzed, but your hand touches the floor and a punch landed. It doesn't matter whether the punch landed on his shoulder or on his knee.
No, I think it was the knockdown. It was
it's a knockdown.
It'd have been a shame to lose a fight on that. I think it's good that he got it back. Because his ones were proper knockdowns.
I think we've had this conversation before.
I mean, it was a good punch from Prograis as well.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a...
If your hand touches the canvas and a punch has landed, it's a knockdown.
Yeah. Well, he went down.
And the judges have to score it a knockdown.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, they didn't complain.
No. So you just get up and get on with it.
It just looked like it switched them on. I think we needed that moment.
But you could say the same for Prograis second. It was only his hand that touched the canvas.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
No, I'm not contesting. I was just
yeah, I just think
some people say, isn't it? So I was more like, yeah, technically it is a knockdown.
It's a knockdown.
I don't think it did that much to him. Apart from, like you said, I think they just woke up and said, well, we're going to be that's caught him back up on points.
I think it's a good job it did. I think it's a good job it did happen.
Yeah. It made the fight.
But yeah, I think Liam Poirot, Hitchinson, the winner of that'll fight. I think he will have a world title shot next.
I think he's earned it now.
I mean, you got, like I say,
because he's beaten the former undisputed champion. Prograis is a two-time champion.
I don't think Lopez will entertain it.
He's looking to go elsewhere, isn't he? So
Devin Haney, I don't know anymore with Devin Haney.
Can you imagine how boring the fight will be?
I think Devin Haney's gone.
It'd probably be the best fight of all time.
Devin Haney's gone a bit weird, hasn't he?
Well, they're both defensive first fighters, aren't they? So,
but the good thing is, Liam Poirot and Hitchinson, they're both Eddie Hearn fighters. Catterall's an Eddie Hearn fighter. It's not a hard fight to make.
Yeah.
So,
I think that's what they're hinting at, isn't it? That's the next one. The winner of that is, and then it's a belt, isn't it? Because it's IBF
does it go on a Saudi card?
And IBF normally push it. So once they've had theirs, Catterall's probably going to be the mandatory for IBF, and they do push the fights.
I think they might have it back at that Co-op Arena.
It's quite a good venue.
Yeah.
It's a good venue. The atmosphere sounded quite good, and it looks good on TV. I've seen worse.
Yeah, that was...
and obviously then
he's a good fighter, isn't he? He's a good fighter. You couldn't bet against him.
I think, as a boxer, he's...
You couldn't bet against him.
No.
He's a nightmare for everyone. I've always said that. He is a nightmare for anyone.
I'd agree. Well, we've supported him in it. I don't think many people know him. And like you said, I think he's one of the most underrated fighters because he's not the most exciting.
Yeah.
But I suspect it's there. He just doesn't... He's just going up to the level of who he's fighting. And yesterday we seen a bit of what's there.
Yeah.
Going through gears. I think it was...
Like you say, for Regis Prograis to say he's the best he's fought, it says something.
Yeah.
So... Yeah. And I like that interview with Regis Prograis. No excuses. Better man won. I got tired. He's the best of four.
I like both of them. They both gave respect. Yeah. Both nice, really, really good. And then he's better. I'm passing the torch now. Basically,
Yeah. I'm gonna go and do some bare knuckle. All right.
Progress.
Yeah, but let's see, because Poirot Hitchinson is in Puerto Rico, isn't it, in a couple of weeks? Be interesting to see if Jack Catterall goes to that.
Well, that's what they're hinting at, isn't it?
More heavily make an announcement in the ring afterwards.
Well, I think that's the easiest one to make because it's IBF, like you said, push, and then they're all in the same stable camp, so it's an obvious fight to have. So yeah,
but good win for Catterall, very, very good win. And they keep the train going. Get 3 fights in 11 months is what I like to see.
Well, I think it's better to keep busy. And then Jose Valenzuela. I think that's a bit tougher because there's people in the queue because he's only 5th in the queue of that.
No, I think you look at Haney, Lopez, Poirot. I think they're the 3 that you.
Poirot's obviously the easiest one to make. Haney would be the next, and I think Teofimo's the.
You look at them, aim high.
I think Jose Valenzuela. There's too many people in the way in it. You've got there's a few people in that. How do you think he fares against Pitbull Cruz? But Cruz has really gone up in weight now, isn't he? So
I think he beats Cruz.
mm-hmm. Oh,
Cruz hasn't impressed me, to be fair. I think I said this last time.
Yeah.
I don't think he's elite level.
I think he's world class level, but not.
Tell you a fight that could get made.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if a certain other fight doesn't get made, then it might be a whisper. Let's say a little whisper. Is Jack Catterall versus Conor Benn?
Well, isn't he chasing... Conor Benn's chasing...
Yeah, he's chasing Eubank, but if that fight doesn't happen...
No, there's somebody else he's chasing as well, one of the other...
Oh, Conor Benn's fighting everyone.
Ennis, he wants, isn't he? Oh, that's for another video.
But, they're both the same weight class. I think Benn's ranked number 4 in that weight division with the WBO or WBA.
I think he's only in one, isn't he? But
another easy fight to make.
I think that they're the ones in that with it in the similar camp are the ones to make.
No, but
doesn't really make much sense for Jack Catterall because it's not a world title fight. I think it makes sense for Conor Benn.
He deserves a world. He should be a world champion anyway because he beat Josh Taylor in the first fight. Plain and simple.
But I think he's good enough to earn it. So I think it'd be good to see him go through and get a world title and then look at unifying them.
Yeah.
But tough fight. Parrow's surprised us last time. He's a good fighter. Hitchens has got a good record. So depending on who wins out of that. See, Teo, I think he beats. Parrow, I'm not so sure. I think that's more closer fight.
I didn't say Teo beats him just by the way, so that's on you, that one. You
Catterall beats Teo.
You Lopez hater.
No, I just think he's made for Catterall because he's a go-forward fighter. But that his defense isn't perfect.
Yeah, but I think that
if he catches him, I think
Teofimo knows that though, and that's why it wouldn't entertain him.
And
he's not stupid.
No, I don't think that's where it's not a.
And let's be honest, Jack Catterall's not a massive name for
it's not a huge fight for him, so we can see why he's not going to do it yet until he wins. So the one that makes more sense.
Although
is
his last few fights that he's been fighting, I've never heard of the people who Teofimo fight. So. I agree with you. Catterall knocks Teofimo out inside 3 rounds.
Well, he takes 3 rounds to warm up, so I'm going to say
smashes him
around 8.
Just walks onto that left hand. Dink. Good night, Teo.
Well, I think he could take him out. I think
he will take him out.
It's there, but I don't think we're going to see that fight yet. So I think there's a few more fights before that one.
Smashes him. What about Loma?
Well, this is super lightweight, isn't it? Yeah. So a lightweight Loma beats everybody.
Shut up.
Apart from Shakur and Jawad. Maybe.
Move on.
Yeah, let's not mention Loma. It's a wrong weight division.
Okay.
Well, there's a few. There's Alberto Puello.
No.
Is in the
division. These need
Valenzuela.
No, they need the big fights before they can have the big fight.
Well, Valenzuela's a champion, isn't he? So he's the WBA champion. So that's what's going. Puello is the sort of like interim world WBC champion because there isn't a WBC.
Interim champions.
Yeah, well, but he's first in the queue, isn't he? And then in that one, there's Sander Mon, but Catterall's like the next in the list. So he's got a time. So there's a few of the other belts. I don't think Teo's going to be entertaining because he's looking at going up. I think he's just going to probably look at go up in weight. I mean, the obvious fight there is Haney and have Haney and Lopez fought, haven't they already? No, Kambosos beat Teo, then he moved up in weight, and then Haney fought Kambosos.
Like I say, Devin Haney fight would be good, but you don't know where Devin Haney's at the moment.
No.
So we'll wait and see.
So I think it's the other crowd of people, isn't it? Parrow's the most likely, and the others.
Like you say, don't bet against Jack Catterall.
No, I think he's got a chance in all of them if he turns up.
Eddie Hearn finally won a fight.
I know. Although he's not directly Eddie Hearns, is he?
Yeah, Eddie Hearns' his promoter.
Oh, okay.
Sam Jones is his manager.
Okay. It's about time.
Yeah.
Can we say that? Okay, cool. Any other thoughts?
No, Catterall.
Good performance, good venue. Could be
good performance, good venue. He's really put himself in that.
Look forward to see him fight again.
Yeah,
in that venue.
And he put himself in the American market now because Regis does have a good American following. So
Prograis a good fighter. I think Haney was disappointing, which is a bit weird. I think he wasn't quite there because here he looked more like his proper self. So it was good to see that it wasn't Catterall beating like a underperforming Prograis. I think Prograis made it a really good fight and was close. I think the last few rounds he pulled away.
The scorecards were a bit wide for me.
No, because I think the last few rounds, once he got injured and stuff, so basically there's 3 rounds given to him that made it that much. Other than it's really only a couple of rounds.
But no,
because I think it was just a 2 knockouts versus 1 up to that point, and maybe it depends what you like. Catterall was a bit more accurate, and I think he was frustrating Prograis a little bit on the punches. But I mean, the punch outputs were like nothing, isn't it? On a typical sort of this type, I'd expect twice as many punches, but like
no, it was
the
never
landed
gonna
punches were in like single figures for other than 1, 2, 3 or 4 rounds for each guy.
That's all you're going to get with Jack Catterall, though.
And then it's only when in the 9th one when he's gone for it, he's put it on a bit, and then the last few he's been higher. So 8, 9, sort of not 9, 10, 11, 12, isn't it? And that's basically the difference between the two. Yeah, and I think because I did 116, 111, 116 or 109 if I can add up properly. Yeah, which is 2 knockdowns, and the difference is a bit. And then last rounds, basically. I think up to there, it was fairly even with the knockdown. So, yeah. Cool. I enjoyed it more than I thought I would have.
Yeah.
It was good. I thought it was going to be... First few rounds, I was like, oh, my.
Told you. Chess match.
But it was still entertaining because it was like... It wasn't complete... Because they were trying, and you could see Prograis was trying to put it on him, and then he put it on him a bit, and then it got exciting, and he managed to get the knockdown, which was good. But I think, there's some interesting and good matchups to make up there in this division, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think it can warm up a fair bit.
Let's do it.
Okay. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe. We will see you in the other one. And TO fans, let us know. Should he fight Catterall? What do you think happens in that? And then would you like to see Paro and Catterall next? I think that would be a really... Well, assuming Paro wins this next fight.
But you're jumping ahead of yourself.
Yeah, that's why he's going to lose. Paro Hitchens. Go on.
Hitchinson might smash his face in.
He might. And then Hitchens versus Catterall. Yeah, I think that's a closer fight. Then that's a tough fight for both of them. So we'll see. The champion of that fight, the winner of that fight against Catterall will be...
I think that's the one next.
Okay. Thank you very much.